Hello and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John, and today has been one of those days. I originally intended to record 4 videos that I would then schedule to go out over the next 4 days. I've only made one so far, and now I'm making this one. The reason being is because I am having the worst time with my voice. It just wants to keep going out on me. All right. It's very frustrating. So I'm going to try to get through this video without that happening. All right. So this is a book mail video. I've got 5 books here. These are just books that I've accumulated in the last week or 2 weeks or so. And I'm just not showing them off. All right. So that being said, let's go ahead and get it away. All right. Here we go. First up, we got book 7 in the Splatter Western series. And this is Red Station by Kenzie Jennings. You guys know how much I love the Splatter Western books. The 4 that I have read out of the 7, I've still got 3 to read. I've absolutely loved. They're anywhere from 5-star to 4-star ratings. And I sincerely doubt that this one is going to be any different. All right. There is a house overlooking the vast rolling plains. A home station where a traveler will be welcomed with a piping hot meal and a downy bed. It is a refuge for the weary, a beacon for the lost, a place where blood and bones feed the land. For 4 stagecoach passengers, a doctor in search of a missing father and daughter, a newlywed couple on their way to their homestead, and a lady in red with a bag filled with secrets, their night at Red Station has only just begun. That is Red Station by Kenzie Jennings, Book 7, the Splatter Western series. Alrighty then. Next up, this is one that I saw on Nikki's channel. I believe she did a book opinion as well as an author spotlight with the author of this novella, Eric LaRocca. And I'm talking about Starving Ghosts in Every Thread. Teddy has a secret. She's so consumed with guilt that it compels her body to literally unravel unless she feeds off the emotions of others. Teddy's parasitic condition is usually tempered easily and is invisible to most unless she feeds from them. However, her insatiable hunger has already begun to threaten her safety. Trapped in her tiny Connecticut hometown thanks to a careless mistake which cost her a prestigious scholarship, Teddy grieves her father's death and cares for her neurotic mother, Mercy, who is convinced scorpion venom is the only remedy for her own peculiar skin ailment linked to her daughter's sadness. Once an aspiring songwriter, Teddy now merely alternates between shifts to the local market and visits to the house of her eccentric neighbor, Mr. Ridley, for fresh scorpions to bring to her mother. It's during one of her routine visits to Mr. Ridley's subterranean grotto of exotic animals that Teddy meets an unusual young girl named Kiara. Immediately enamored with one another, Teddy soon discovers that Kiara is hiding a gruesome secret too. A secret that will threaten to undo everything Teddy has ever known and loved, and violently touch all those who cross their path with disaster. And that is Starving Ghosts in Every Thread. And the 2 that I just mentioned, I bought on my own. I paid with my own money. These were not sent to me by authors in exchange for honest review. However, the next one was, I just got this today in the mail. And this is Downpour. And this is a Nick Ventnor adventure. And it's by Ashton McCauley. And Ashton has actually sent me 2 books beforehand. One being Whiteout and the other being A Man of the Mountain. And both of those are also Nick Ventnor adventures. In Downpour, Nick battles serpents, spirits, and starvation as he struggles to fulfill a promise to an old friend. Confronted by demons, both personal and supernatural, he journeys through the Central American jungle in pursuit of the fabled Land of the Dead. Along the way, Nick befriends strange new allies while haunted by familiar enemies in search of revenge. And that is Downpour. And this is from Aberrant Literature. And like I said, this was sent to me in the mail today by the author, Ashton McCauley. He was even cool enough to sign it. He says, "The jungle is dark and full of terrors. Thanks for reviewing." And there's the signature. All right. Now the next two books. The first one, and I do know that this author is right now is pretty controversial, but I saw this edition of this particular book, this particular work of his complete fiction. I believe I saw it on D.L. Tillery's website, not her website, her YouTube channel, and I fell in love with the way this thing looked. This is a slipcover edition of the complete fiction of H.P. Lovecraft. And you, of course, slip the book out. Really cool cover. I'm debating whether I want to take this this flap off of here. I know you can take it off. It's probably got like spirit, what they call spirit gum or whatever it is, keeping it in place. You know, but anyway, this is a cloth-bound edition. It's really nice. Yeah, so this is just a pretty awesome edition of it. And like I said, this is the complete fiction. Anything from The Call of Cthulhu, At the Mountains of Madness, The Case of Charles Dexter Ward, on and on and on. So, yeah, there we go. The complete fiction of H.P. Lovecraft. And, you know, it's like I've said before, I know that Lovecraft was a racist. I don't condone that. All right? I read Lovecraft for his fiction, for his stories. And yes, I do know that his story, The Horror of Red Hook, that is a very racist story. I don't even know if I want to read it or not. I do know that The Ballad of Black Tom by Victor Laval is kind of his retelling of the story from a black man's point of view, and I think that's great. You know, I enjoyed the story. So yeah, I mean, I don't condone Lovecraft's racism. You know, I enjoy his stories. I enjoy them for the monsters, for the mysterious lands that he's created. You know, and then also has encouraged other writers such as Ramsey Campbell, Tim Curran, Brian Lumley, even Stephen King have been influenced by Lovecraft in one way or another, and have actually written their own stories of the Cthulhu mythos, or their own style or stories of cosmic or Lovecraftian horror. All right. And finally, the next one up is a art book. And, you know, I usually don't show art books, you know, but I like this one. This is one that I thought was going to cost me about $75. It was a whole hell of a lot less than that. I think the reason was because the one that was $75 was just this big deluxe edition that was just basically all bells and whistles kind of thing. Anyway, I'm talking about the Dynamite art of Lucio Parrillo. And when it says Dynamite, that means Dynamite Comics. And he does artwork for folks like Vampirella. Let me find a good Vampirella shot here. Here's a pretty wild one here where she's with this demonic-looking creature. I think that's pretty cool. And he's also done for Red Sonja. Here's a piece of artwork here. And let me see. He is also done for John Carter, Warlord of Mars, and for Adija Thoris. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Here's some of that artwork. All right. Yeah, this makes like the 8th or 9th book of art or art book that I bought. I love comic book art, especially when it's painted instead of just penciled and inked. I love the painted artwork, the work of people like Eric Basaljoa, Ed Benes. Now, I do know they do mainly use pencils and inks, but I enjoy their style. And also people like Lucio Parrillo, Alex Ross, people like that. So yeah, that is my five book mail. All right. And anyway, thank you for watching. I actually managed to get through this without tripping over my tongue a million times. So yeah, thank you for watching, and you guys have a great evening. Bye-bye.